Welcome back to Sorino's Tales. We're here with our guests from last week, Chris Rice and Zandra. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm better.
That's great. Last week, if you guys are new to the podcast, we talked about what's going on at the local college. Students there have been peeing themselves. Right now, we're just here for open discussion, trying to see if it's something supernatural or if it's something scientific, whatever that could be, pregnancies or whatever that is. Now,
It's not.
it could be.
It definitely could be.
But right now, I just want to introduce myself again, Rich Sorino. I feel like last week I didn't really talk a lot about myself. I'm 17. I go to the local high school.
You're in high school?
Yes, I do the podcast for the college.
This
So
makes this seem much less important.
He has an old soul with a lot of experience, so
Yes.
he's doing great.
I play Minecraft. So guys, just some updates on last week's from last week's case. There's been 4 more cases of pings, including one TA named Falcon Henderson. Each case, from my research, has happened between the times of 7 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Chris, you said you were in class?
Yeah, it was early in the morning.
All right, so around 7 a.m. or in between that.
Yeah.
All right, and some other updates. There's a new Chinese restaurant on Franklin. It's called Number One Yum. Also, I've also seen an uptick in Persian people at the kiosks. Persian kiosk people. Also, I've seen that there's also been an uptick with Persian kiosk at the local Topanga Mall. These are all things that I feel like could contribute to the happenings, whether scientific or
How
spiritual. With this new information, Chris, you still are harkening on the fact that this is a scientific thing, maybe
Yes.
something you ate. And
And-
why do you feel that?
Yes, I have been gathering support. I have at least 2 more people on my side with this. Yes, they are my parents, but they are dedicated to giving me as many resources as possible. They gave me $20.
That's cool, man.
And I've been putting that towards buying beakers and tubes. I'm doing tests on myself. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with
Have you
it.
done a pregnancy test on yourself yet?
No, what the?
Anywho, Sandra, and we have the science side of the conversation. The spiritual side, do you feel any different from last week with?
I feel even more strongly that it's spiritual. I brought my Ouija board to campus the other day, and I did talk to the spirits, and I got the answer that you probably don't want to hear, but it does say
Because it's
that
not the right answer.
they're mad at us, and they're wanting to impregnate as many college students as possible.
Oh, so this is definitely a pregnancy thing.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep it as unbiased as possible, but each of your arguments seem to be going to very different things. Well, there's still that lingering pregnancy thing with the test, but we'll stay off that. But each side, I feel, has a very strong case for them. So this episode, I really wanted to be something where we hash out what we believe, and then I'll also bring up some more information that I found personally on my investigation to see which side we may conclude on. And today, our sponsor, one of our sponsors for Sorino's Tales, is Maryland County's Little League champs, Go Lamppost. Those guys are doing really great, and I appreciate each of them for contributing to this podcast. So you guys, before the break we had, we talked a little bit about our different ideas and some of the new information we have. With that, I just want to have some questions to each of you, just to see, just work through each of your mental constructs you have for this case. And Chris, since you are one who actually experienced this, my mom actually works for a candle company. So she's really good at knowing like essences and spiritual feels and sage and all that stuff.
Is she coming on next? Is that what's going on?
No.
Oh.
I just talked to her about some questions I can ask you. So one of them is, did you have any dietary changes during the time around when you peed your pants?
No, I mean, I had, usual, where, I don't usually eat breakfast. It was the previous day.
So wait, sorry to break it up. Did you drink anything that morning?
The previous day?
No, that morning that you
No.
peed your pants.
No. I get up. I just dress, shower, dress again, and then go to school.
Did you feel dehydrated after you peed your pants?
Yeah, I did.
But there was nothing in you. How could anything come out unless it was something spiritual?
Yeah, I think something.
No.
Exaggerate.
Let me start with the previous day.
It's a fact that after a couple hours of not drinking anything, several hours, what is there that you can pee out?
Blood. So did you pee blood?
No, it was piss. It was yellow.
Xandra, what do you feel about this? If he didn't drink or eat anything that morning,
This is just a
But
whole
this is all from the-
spiritual calling.
yeah.
Just
But
in
it-
bold letters.
But if we're talking about, let's talk about science here for a second. It would be from the previous day, not that morning.
Did you pee at all the previous day?
No,
That seems uncomfortably weird.
it's pretty normal for me.
You don't pee a whole 24 hours of the day?
No, I only drink enough water to keep myself going, and that usually absorbs into my system, and I don't usually have to pee.
Do you have any cameras in your bathroom that we could?
Yeah, see?
What?
You could have slept pee. Sleepwalk pee.
No, the only camera I have is the GoPro that I set up next to my kitchen, so I know that if anyone steals my rice.
So you eat rice, which absorbs water. That makes sense why
Exactly.
you eat camel body.
I have optimized my days to give me as much working time as possible. So that means I don't drink much water. I eat a lot of rice, beans, chicken, tortillas, beans, rice, tortillas, chicken, beans, rice, and tortillas.
Xandra, what do you feel about this?
I think that your diet is unhealthy, but I also think that some ghosts are drawn to specific odors, such as exhibited in that food that you eat.
You
Odors.
stink, maybe.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take his dietary plan and I want to put it into a very spiritual aspect of this. Xandra, we just heard from him that he barely drinks or eats. Pretty much, he lives like a Kenyan. What do you feel about this?
I think that the ghosts are upset because he has all these resources to eat all this beautiful food that we have and drink all these wonderful beverages, and the ghosts don't get that anymore.
No.
And he's not taking advantage of it. And maybe they're angry that he is just living like a dead person when he's not. You're living like a dead person, and I think that the
What does
ghosts
that even
are
mean?
upset because they are dead and they're living like they're dead.
So you're stealing their lifestyle, and they don't like that. Maybe everyone who's involved with this case may be living a dead man's life, and they are upset. They're tired of the millennials of today living a life that is a lie.
No, my life is perfectly fine, perfectly normal.
On your Facebook, pulling up some of your pictures, it shows.
Why are you on my face? What?
I sent a friend request to you. You didn't accept it, but I
No.
kept sending them until you were Rachel Tanner. You accepted her. Yeah, I kind of catfished you. But
That's one of my class. You mother.
Anyway, I went on there and I found this picture of you as a Pikachu. Could you explain what the?
Okay, hold on. It was at a convention. Okay.
Okay.
Friend of mine wanted me to wear the costume. I'm a nice friend. I was like, sure, I'll cosplay with you. But
Cosplaying.
yeah,
And how old are you again?
I am 21.
21, and you cosplay. So something that I thought about last time when Chris was talking that I feel may affect why he, if this is a ghost supernatural thing, why he may have been a victim of this, is his virginity. Xandra, does that affect anything when it comes to
Hold on, do we have to
possession?
talk about that?
This
You
is
are one.
Extremely relevant. A virgin sacrifice has been a thing since
Whoa.
the beginning of time.
Well, sacrifice. What?
I'm seeing your virgin piss might be part of the.
Well, the ghost sacrificed your virginity by having sex with you.
And that's why you're
So
pregnant.
you're no longer a virgin.
Yeah.
Congrats.
What the fuck?
well, we know.
I
what the
didn't.
fuck
I haven't. No.
you-
No. Exactly. No, I haven't had sexual intercourse. Not even with a ghost. Like, that doesn't make any sense. How could they?
Well, it's funny that you said you have a GoPro at your house that shows the camera. I don't have it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, is it possible for us to get that, see some of that footage? Maybe we could see some ghost activity at your house.
I am willing to show the footage. I don't know how because this is a podcast, but I'll need to verify it myself. Watch it first.
All right, we can do it. Our next podcast, we can check it out and we'll revisit that. But I just want to let everyone out there know
Because it may exonerate me.
it may, or it could actually push us more to the fact that this is a supernatural thing, and the pregnancy thing that you have been so wholeheartedly been trying to push against could be real.
Which it's not, by the way.
I didn't want to tell you guys this before because I wanted just to hear what you guys thought about certain things. But I did interview one of the other cases we had. His name that I changed for his own identity, safety. His name is Falcon Henderson. He's a TA for bio, the 135 class that's taught by John Jackson and TA'd by Michael Henderson. So when I was talking to him, I asked him some of the same questions that I asked you guys last week. I don't have the audio for that because my little brother wanted to watch a episode of his favorite show, and he recorded over all of my recordings. So yes, so I went through his occupation, which is TAing. Some of the things he said leading up to when he peed his pants was he didn't feel any need to urinate at all. He defecated 4 times before 6 a.m. His class started around 1:30. He peed around 1:45. He said he didn't realize he was peeing until he looked down and he saw that there was water on the floor. He said it felt like something similar to if a woman's water broke. I asked him if he had any other weird occurrences that happened. He said no. He just knew that it felt uncontrollable, very similar to your case, Chris, and that he said it never happened to him before. So in light of this, very similar story to Chris's, it seemed like this is like a thing, like that morning, nothing out of the ordinary. It does fit in between the time period of 7 and 5:30ish. Xandra, is there anything in any lore that you have heard about that this may bring about? We talk about ghosts and pregnancies, but is there any like thing in the Bible maybe or something leading up to like apocalypse that could be happening?
Mm-hmm. So, as you know, Mary, mother of Jesus,
Yes.
was just standing in a forest, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant.
That's true.
Doesn't know how she's pregnant. Apparently, she was a virgin. Similar to some cases that we have heard before.
Similar. Yes.
And she just becomes pregnant, and who knows if it's a ghost, if it's some figure in the sky. But that does definitely sound different than what.
So are you saying that I might have given birth to Ghost Jesus?
I'm not putting it away from that. I'm just saying that we don't know. And
Well, at
there's-
this point, I am 100% sure that you were pregnant. I'm just trying to find the motive. And that I'll figure that out as I just contact them more. And maybe I'll even do a research experiment where I get pregnant with a ghost.
This will be more consensual than your assault, and that's something we want to put out there. If our guest here, Chris, was assaulted by a ghost, this becomes something completely different, and this is a crime.
Are you going to arrest the ghost then?
Sir, I don't know
There
what I
are
can do.
hotlines
Yes.
that you can
Oh my
talk to.
Yes.
You can talk to me.
Yeah.
I have a close relationship with the ghost realm, but
I
I
am
also
talking to
know
you right now.
I know that there are bad ghosts out there.
Yes. There's always someone, ghost and alive, that is looking for someone who is young, pure, lonely. Everything that I feel fits your kind of like your MO.
And not taking advantage of life.
Yes. Someone who's just lonely and lost in the world. And if you don't drink enough water, I feel like that could. I think the less water you drink, doesn't that lead to some kind of like dehydration or something? Yeah.
You get dehydrated. There's
So
nothing
my
in you.
lips
There's
are
more
chapped and
room
my
for the
fingers
ghost to
peel.
enter.
Yeah.
That's just normal.
Yeah. I think if ghosts are different from humans, like the opposite, then they want dry, lonely places.
So I look like a skeleton. That doesn't mean that ghosts are gonna come and fuck me. They wouldn't think I'm attractive at that point if I'm going down your rabbit hole.
We're just saying possibilities.
Yeah. There's more room for the ghost to enter since there's no liquid in you, so they can just
Do what they need to do.
slide
fill
right
you,
in. You know.
and fill you up. How do you feel knowing that you may be assaulted by a ghost?
If it was real, wouldn't feel good about it. I can tell you that much right now. But since it's not real, I just feel embarrassed for being on this podcast and having my laundry aired out to the world.
Okay.
But I am determined to find out what's going on the right way, the science way. I'm going to find these other people. I'm going to interview them,
Okay.
do my own investigation,
Okay.
take samples of their pee, possibly their poop, their hair, maybe even snot.
Okay.
We're going to figure this out.
Okay.
All right? To all those people that want to see justice done the scientific way, maybe give me $20.
I'm gonna stop you real
Oh,
quick,
okay.
sir. I need to do a quick advertisement.
Fine.
Our second sponsor today is Sorino's Candles. Beth Sorino, aka my mom, sells candles at the local candle shop that she owns. If you guys are ever looking for a good hazelnut candle, periwinkle candle, just go to my mom. Today, I'd like to thank her for allowing me to use her basement and also allowing me to use her car. So thanks, Mom. And we're back. Before the break, we found out some very terrifying information that could lead us to believing that this is a case of assault spiritually. Me and Xandra really want to support Chris Rice in this situation. He was a virgin about a week or two ago, but now he is indeed not a virgin, where he was assaulted by a ghost. And Chris, we're super sorry that happened to you.
Well, you're going through the stages of grief right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is denial.
Yes.
You're grieving your virginity and your...
No, I've already accepted my fate. I've accepted that I've peed my pants.
Yes.
And I'm
But
determined to find out
It
what happened.
was a spiritual miscarriage, would you say? Or is the ghost baby still running around?
I think it was a spiritual miscarriage.
Super sorry for your miscarriage.
Me as well. Spiritual miscarriages are really hard to endure.
Have you had any spiritual...
I've had a lot of my clients have that, and I'm looking into having one for research.
Okay. Well, I really, on your spiritual miscarriage journey, I really hope that you...
Awful thing to hope for.
I just hope for the best.
I'm doing it to help you, so...
Yes.
I thank you for that.
What do you think you need to do in order to attract the ghosts? Or is it like a spiritual pheromones that you need to put on, or wear spiritual thongs? My dad likes to see my mom walk around with no pants on.
For ghosts, it's a little different. I have a relationship with them already, and as you can see, ghosts are attracted to things that people aren't normally attracted to, such as in his case.
A very frail man.
Yes. Empty, frail,
Virgin man.
dehydrated,
Yeah.
spiritually and physically.
Like a sponge.
Yes.
He's built like a dry sponge. Xandra, would you consider yourself a spiritual harlot, whore, slut? Or are you more of a spiritual... are you like a spiritual sex worker? Like, where do you see yourself when it comes to
This is taking
attracting
a weird
spirits?
path.
I am just a friendly person any spirit can talk to, but they also know that certain nights I am a sex worker for spirits.
When it comes to spiritual sex work, is there any kind of lingo? Anything that I need to know? I have a girlfriend, but sometimes, she's a bitch. So would really sometimes I may need some spiritual, help. This is just saying, like, if I
all
open
right.
to that.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay.
Is there an age restriction also for spiritual sex?
No, people die at all ages and become ghosts.
Okay.
But there is a certain sort of lingo. Like ghosts need to know that you believe that they exist. They don't like skeptics. So you just need to.
Sounds like they liked me.
No, but you were assaulted. You didn't want it.
Yeah, it was. If it was consensual, then you probably would be aware that ghosts exist. But he's asking more for pleasure versus.
Pain.
He doesn't want to
Ghost
go through
pleasure.
what you went through. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't.
No one would.
No. No. Anywho, so yes, I'm just saying personally, if I would like to have a ghost come through.
Yeah, so you can. Full moons is a great night to. You can open your window and you can be like, ghost, ghost. Just stand there, wait for them to just show
Don't need to
up.
wear any clothes or should I just...
They don't really see that. They just see your spirit.
Okay.
So you just need to really work on
Ghost,
developing as a spiritual person.
Oh my God, you're writing this down. What the?
I am writing this down. Along with that, is there any like spiritual lube or contraceptives? I don't want to have a miscarriage or have a spiritual baby.
There is contraception, just like anything else, but the ghost will bring it.
Okay, that's really nice of them. All right. This is a really interesting conversation where this is going. Viewer discretion is advised. I think one of the things I would like for all of us to do before next time is to try to have good interactions with spirits, and maybe
Or none at all.
I think that it will be sort of liberating for you to have a good experience with the spirit, have consensual sex with them.
Maybe if you lost your real spiritual virginity, it would help you get through the miscarriage you had. I'm just saying, maybe if you had a good sexual experience consensually with the spirit, it will help you get past the trauma of your assault.
I think I just need to stay away from all this. Just do my research. I don't want any of this.
Okay, I understand that. But I think all of this helps this case on the campus seem more clearer. It feels like there's a spirit going around assaulting many lonely people. When I talked to Michael Henderson, I realized that he's also a very lonely person. He just seemed lonely. And so I feel like that could be a thing that this ghost is looking for. That they're targeting lonely men with no futures.
I can definitely see that.
I think there are other things connecting this. Certainly not loneliness. This person could be with somebody, could not be. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know their personal lives.
It smelled like eggs and stuff when I was interviewing him. I'm sorry, Michael. Sorry, Falcon. I need to edit that out. I'm sorry, Falcon. But he did smell pretty bad when I was talking to him. He had a touch of death on his lips. Now that I understand that it may have been the spiritual penis or whatever it was, it makes sense. But at the moment, I just felt like this guy probably had sex with a corpse. But now it seems like he most likely probably spiritually.
And he is the corpse as well.
Oh, that's true. He's built like one, similar to you. Skeleton.
Well, I'm a student here too, and I haven't been assaulted. So.
Whoa, Xandra, you're a student here?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What?
I hang out on campus. I'm a
I thought
student
you were
here.
just a weirdo.
Oh no, I take classes sometimes, but more so I'm just on campus so much that I am a student here.
Oh,
I mean, you could call homeless Larry a student because he's here all the time and he's in a class,
Oh yeah,
but he didn't pay for it.
We both go to classes together. We're both students here.
Okay, well, homeless Larry stole $5 from me, so I'm going to need that back.
I'll tell him about your miscarriage.
Will it give me my $5 back?
Probably.
All right.
and guys, that's going to be the podcast for today. Before we go, one last sponsor for us. I just want to thank Perry's Ice Cream Shop. You can check out their new Black History Month inspired flavors, such as Cotton Candy Escape, Butter Catcha Boy, and my personal favorite flavor, Rodney's Night. It's delicious. this delicious chocolate flavor that succumbs to a torrent vanilla beating. Thank you guys so much for this. I can't wait to delve in more to this the story that's happening on this campus. It's been upgraded from a spiritual possession to a sexual assault. Next week will be our final episode of this tale. Hope to have you guys back. Chris, I hope to have you back too. Guys, have a great
Still
night.
waiting for my $20 and my $5.
We'll get it back to you. I know you've been through a really rough time. That would help you. You need it more than him at this time.
And Mom, if you're listening, thank you for the $20 as well.
All right, guys. This is Sorino Tales, and see you next week.